come forward, Andrew? Yeah. Sure. We're all good? Well, it's great to be here with Andrew and Tim from TEG to be announcing the Queensland component of the End of the World KISS tour. The KISS Army right across the world, right across Australia, but particularly here in Queensland, are very, very excited about this. This is a great opportunity, very possibly for the last time, to see KISS in concert. KISS are one of the founders of Stadium Rock, and the idea that their very last concert will be at Queensland's newest stadium, at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville, is a wonderful note to celebrate, and a great opportunity for KISS fans and people who just love rock to get out and enjoy this opportunity. So the Palaszczuk government's very excited about the way in which we've been able to work with the promoters to add Townsville to the tour. So having this concert on the 30th of November here at Brisbane at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre, and at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville on the 4th of December, really exciting news, real great opportunity, but most importantly, these concerts will deliver a $4.5 million benefit to the Queensland economy. Our modelling shows some 1,500 jobs that will be supported and created out of this set of concerts. These opportunities don't come along all the time, so it's wonderful to see Stadium Rock re-emerging here in Queensland, in part because of the wonderful work that Queenslanders have all done to support and help manage our response to the public health challenges that we've faced over the last 12 months or so. This is a great evidence of the way in which we've managed our health crisis has meant that we are in the best place to bounce back and bounce back better. And the reality is that Queensland can't get enough of KISS, and these two concerts are great evidence of that. So, Tim, Andrew.
Hi, I'd like to extend a huge thanks to the Queensland Government for supporting these massive shows coming to Queensland. Of course, the final ever KISS concert to occur at Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. We're very proud to be in the vanguard, if you like, to be leading, I guess, live music back, bring it back to the fans and bring it back to Queenslanders. And Queenslanders have showed an incredible amount of leadership and resilience, and we've seen the results with sport here, and now we're really pleased that concerts are returning to Queensland. So we're really excited about it and really thankful for the support of the Queensland Government.
Is this really the end? Is it really the final tour?
Andrew, you can...
Can you just say your first and last name?
Tim McGregor. Yeah, Tim McGregor. From TEG, yeah.
Is this really the end? Can you say your first and last name?
Andrew McManus, One World Entertainment.
Is it the end for KISS?
Look, it is guaranteed, unfortunately. I've been with the band 21 years, and it's been a great journey. It's going to be very, very sad. And we've actually nicknamed the Townsville show The Last KISS. And in that concert, which we're also bringing along Wolf Mother, Tumbleweed, and some other local artists. And I know, and I actually spoke to Jean 2 days ago, how sad they're going to be at 10:30 on the 4th of December when the curtain comes down. And that's it. It is the end of the road. And unfortunately, for Australians, it will be saying goodbye.
What does it mean for the band? What have they said about coming to Australia?
Oh, look, well, the band love Australia. And I was just speaking with the Minister previously. The KISS Army of Australia is the second biggest in the world. So the fan base here is phenomenal. And, as I said, 21 years, and I think I've done 7 or 8 tours with them. And each time, it's just been, bigger and better. And actually, because of the COVID break, Jean and Paul had time on their hands. So they've already promised some little surprises in the creation of the show. So the shows we would have seen if they happened, just pre-COVID, is actually going to be bigger and better now. And a lot of excited fans, KISS fans out there, I can tell you.
How big will the show be? What can we expect?
Well, KISS will do 2 hours, and in that you'll get obviously all the normal theatrics of Gene flying, Paul flying across the arena, but the drum kit itself, it's going to be on different hijacks and up and down, and the video component is in itself is an amazing scene, because they're not only static, but they're on the sides, but the videos in the roof fly around. It's a pretty exciting show.
And what's the ticket prices range?
Well, I'm going to pass that one to Tim, because Tim's also involved with the ticketing side of it, and he's the corporate, I'm just the gags. Tim?
No, there's tickets, for 99 right up to $2.99. So I think there's some front row the front barriers for $3.29. So there's a ticket price for everyone. We've found that obviously the passionate KISS fans will come out and snap up their tickets immediately. So we commence with the KISS Army pre-sale today, and we have the general public on sale next Friday. So they will go fast, these tickets.
Did you approach the state for support, or did they approach you?
We're in constant dialogue. Particularly, we've been really keen to try and get live shows up to Townsville, to Queensland Country Bank Stadium. And so we've got a lot more in the pipeline that we're talking about. So it's a constant conversation. I'm not sure who started it, but we're very glad that the conversation's happened.
The Minister, just to annoy you on how much are taxpayers paying?
Oh, as is usually the case, that's a matter that's a commercial confidence matter. But these are things that we know make a difference to the Queensland economy, and for the relatively modest investment, this will make a big bonus and a big outcome in terms of the $4.5 million benefit for the Queensland economy.
Was the support for the Townsville show or both shows?
The support's primarily for the Townsville show, but we understand that will have an impact on both venues. Both venues are venues that make an impact on the Queensland economy, and big shows like this will be very, very important.
Previously, I think we paid to get Elton to Mackay or somewhere, I think, or Townsville. Is this the first time we're paying taxpayer money for a Brisbane show?
Because the primary relationship is about adding the concert to Townsville, I wouldn't characterise it as that, but it's certainly supporting the 2 events, and we're very happy to see that.
Did you get any guarantees on ticket prices when you're negotiating?
No, that's not part of those negotiations, but we know that these are very experienced promoters. We've got very capable people that we're working with as partners. They're gonna hit the right note. I know that one of my brother's best mates, Bevan, was in the front row at the KISS concert in the early 80s at Lang Park. I know he and many other members of the KISS Army will be lining up.
Will the stadiums be at full capacity?
On the basis of the current circumstances, that's what we'd certainly expect. Obviously, all these matters will be subject to the public health needs and requirements at the time, but we have great confidence about the ability to have these concerts in late November, early December at full capacity.
Have they been guaranteed any entry with the quarantine? Because obviously it probably looks like we'll still have borders shut at that point. Is there any deal in there?
Well, that's a matter that's not a matter for in terms of quarantine. No, there's been no arrangements or special arrangements made in terms of quarantine. I know there are work that the promoters have done with the Australian government around the requirements for entry, but that's a matter for them across the whole of the tour across Australia.
Yeah, can you explain that? We've had a lot of controversies, obviously, with celebrities coming in and other people can't go to funerals.
Sure.
And that sort of
Well, look, it is November, so we've got a fair bit of time before we get to the events and when the band arrive. At this point in time, as the Minister said, we're working with health, we're working with Australian Border Control, and any issues that rise pertaining to law, we have to follow through. But at this point in time, we are fingers crossed that the quarantine component is either lighter or reduced time, or not. But whatever it is, we will be working to the letter of the law.
Are you promoting Guns N' Roses? I think you're playing at Lang Park.
I'm personally not, but Tim's company is.
Did they get taxpayer support? Why are some acts getting taxpayer support? Do you know what I mean?
Well, from our point of view, or my point of view, from the KISS side of it, you need to realise that we're going to have some 25 semi-trailers. So from the time that they leave Brisbane to get up to Townsville, and as the Minister previously said, the amount of jobs that have been going to be created, it's very, very difficult commercial exercise unless there is some sort of support, and whether it be council support, whether it be marketing, whether it be whatever, and we're very, very grateful.
And but it's kind of a growing, it feels like a growing thing, more public money going towards concert tours. Is that what's needed these days?
Well, no, I wouldn't agree with that, because we're doing, look, I know Tim's got some other projects, out and about at the moment, and I've got some shows actually here down at the River Stage with Under the Southern Stars, and no, there was no support whatsoever given. And as much as we would like to try to get it from being promoters and from a commercial venture, it's the government are very strategic and look after the taxpayers' money. And I think from the model of the maths to put into marketing support or whatever is coming our way, you're going to get back 50-fold.
So it wouldn't have happened without the taxpayer money?
It's more attractive to have the support. So whether it had been, because that last show was always going to be in Queensland. I'm from here and born and bred Gold Coast boy, and it was always my passion to finish the shows here. Again, without the government support, which we're enormously thankful, has given us the opportunity to get as far up as Townsville.
And on that issue of Australia being relatively COVID-free, is that making it easier when you do these negotiations with the big, can we expect more big names coming?
In the long term, I think so, and I think not dissimilar to the theatre and acting world, Australia's become the place to be, because of the way the governments have handled the COVID, the way that Australian borders have maintained a presence of keeping most of the pandemic out, and now that with the vaccines rolling out as well, so we are sort of the flavour of the month, definitely.
Okay, so then we can expect maybe some more big announcements?
I'm sure.
Do you want to give us any hints?
It's not for me to do that until the contracts are signed and everything's put into place. And Tim, he may be more open, but I'm tight-lipped on that one.
Oh. No, well, I'm not going to reveal names, but Andrew is completely right. I mean, Australia is now a bit of a beacon for all forms of live entertainment and sport, because we've managed the pandemic, very, very well indeed. Particularly here in Queensland, it probably is the gold standard. So there are conversations which are accelerating now, given the vaccines are rolling out. Given that you've seen announcements in the UK that they're looking to open live entertainment by June at scale, and so we want to make sure that we are a very good destination for artists, as we always have been. But right now we're able to, in a lot of parts of Australia, operate at scale with mass gatherings being permitted, whereas most other parts of the world that's a challenge at the moment, and that's going to change over time. But the planning that goes into a tour that's happening in November, December, or in early 22 is now, whereas in other parts of the world, commencing planning is really challenging for them because they don't necessarily have the control of the pandemic that we've had.
And sorry, Minister, just from Townsville, we had a specific question of what it means to Townsville. You said 4.5 million statewide. Is there a Townsville specific figure, and any commentary specifically relating to that?
Yeah, well, I think the massive, the big part of the multiplier is in relation to taking this extra concert to Townsville. As you heard from Andrew, the number of semis that are going to take the whole of the show, and let's reflect again on how spectacular this show is, and the idea of being able to do that in Townsville, right in the heart of the city. We already have seen last weekend we saw 20,000 fans at the All Stars game with on a rainy night. People travelling many hours from across the whole of North Queensland and far North Queensland to go to that venue. No question, we'll see the KISS Army from right across the northern part of Australia travelling to Townsville, travelling to Queensland Country Bank Stadium to enjoy this last KISS.
Minister, what's your favourite KISS song?
I'm Made for Loving You. Can't miss it. Now, genuinely, my at high school in the mid '80s in Brisbane, on the north side of Brisbane, there's always the band at school. There's the group of guys and maybe girls who are in the band. The guys in the band at my school were all Kiss fans, and they, to this day, I'll add, as 50-year-olds, the majority of them are now in a Kiss band, a Kiss. Got the wrong cover band.
No, Kiss Army, Kiss band.
They're in a Kiss band, and it's pretty amazing how dedicated those fans are.
Can we let them go and we'll annoy you with a bit of politics?
We can do that.
Okay.
Thank you. You don't want to be a part.
Thanks, Mr.
Cheers.
Do you think the Premier should release her emails?
I think the Premier's complied with all the requirements under law and under the requirements under the Ministerial Code of Conduct.
So you back her, we should trust her is basically the point, isn't it?
Well, there's no need to trust. These are things that have been followed through by the appropriate processes.
Shouldn't she clear the matter up and release these few public records that Triple C said look like public records?
I don't think this is the issue that people are concerned about or carrying on about. I'm absolutely confident that she's done all that she needs to, and there are far bigger and far more important issues we need to be focused on.
So have you received an email from a maker, the big one email account?
No.
No.
No, I've never received emails from those accounts.
If you were discussing a DG appointment, then that person a couple months later got the DG job, would you consider that to be work-related?
I think that these are matters that have been dealt with by the appropriate processes, including the RTI process, which is an independent process, and so this is a matter that's been dealt with by those appropriate processes.
And just finally, shield laws. The government said it's consulting, it's talking to the MEAA. When do you expect to actually get them into Parliament?
Well, that's certainly a matter that I direct you to ask of the Attorney General. She's working closely with stakeholders in relation to that and is very keen to bring those matters forward. In terms of when the timing of things when they come to the Parliament, that's got to be a matter for the Minister involved and the Leader of the House. So I'll leave comments to the Attorney General and Minister Darth. But I would say that I know that this is an issue that the Queensland Government takes very seriously, and we understand that the concerns that many people in the community have about making sure that we protect the role of journalists in our polity very well.
Thank you.
Thanks, Minister.
All good.
Thank you.